Dustin, obviously terrible news. Joe Duffy, mild concussion, out of the fight on Saturday night. I know there's a lot of emotions running around now in Dublin, especially with being such a big fight. When you first found out, what were your initial reactions?
I was upset, of course, but yeah, I didn't expect that to happen 2 days away from a fight, and I was cutting weight and stuff, so it was time. It was a bad time to hear that news. That news is no good times. Time for that.
I mean, obviously, it was a big fight. You're headlining a UFC Fight Pass show. And it's a fight where both of you, to prove a lot in this lightweight division. For you now, obviously, missing out on this opportunity to fight on, in front of a raucous crowd in Dublin at the Free Arena. Is there kind of feelings, going around that, it's a really gutting kind of moment for you, and it's a stumbling block in your progression up the 155 numbers?
If we can reschedule and do the thing again, that'd be fine. I don't really see it as a stumbling block. Yeah. It's just an unfortunate thing that happened, definitely not a stumbling block.
Obviously, you've been talking about rescheduling it. Has there been any kind of solid talk about that?
Yeah. I talked to Dana, and he said hopefully we can get this thing rescheduled. That was last night, whenever they were kind of breaking the news to me. But I haven't heard anything yet. I haven't talked to him since then.
Have you spoken to Joe since the announcement as well?
No, last time I spoke to Joe was last night. Yeah.
As well, on Twitter last night, there was some rumors going around that Norman Parke said he'd step into the fight. Is there any truth to that? Did you hear anything about that?
Yeah, he said he would step up and fight.
Was that not an option with the UFC?
No, yeah, of course it was an option, but I mean, the guy's a bum.
But is it, so obviously you describe him as a bum, is it not a fight on the level of, maybe a Joe Duffy?
Yeah, I was going to headline a card. They said, we'll give you Norman Parke, but you'll be co-main event. I said, well, I'll fly back home tomorrow then. Let's schedule this big fight that matters. All fights matter, of course, but Parke's on a 2-fight losing streak. Besides the opponent, I did my whole camp preparing for Joe Duffy, orthodox striker, boxer. And then I'm going to, 2 days before the fight, switch to a southpaw grappler. It's just, I did my whole camp with a target, and I knew coming out here to perform and fight a certain person. I'm just trying to be professional. With making decisions, I've rushed into fights and done stuff like that before.
The 155 division, absolutely stacked. For you now, if you can reschedule the fight before the end of the year, that's fantastic to see both of you get that opportunity. But, as for the rest of the 155 division, how do you think you match up with them?
I feel like I can beat anybody in the world. So, hopefully I get the Duffy fight. If not, it'll be another big fight. And
just lastly, Dustin, I know obviously it's going to not be in the fight, but are you going to go and enjoy Dublin now for the rest of the week?
Yeah, my wife's still coming out here. She's leaving America today, so she's going to get here. We're going to spend a couple of days and then go back home.